My name is Simon Vargas, and my topic is the importance of having a face-to-face fall semester. Now, to talk a little bit about my topic, I want to focus on how knowledge is power. Knowledge is power because we all have grown up with some type of knowledge, whether it coming from our parents, our teachers, our academic institutions, or our culture, our society. We've all had some type of knowledge inbred into us, and that's really important. And that's really beautiful because at the end of the day, no matter the lifestyle that you have, you always possess some type of knowledge. This is important because it shows that face-to-face education is really important. It shows that it's a necessity because most education that we have comes from a face-to-face source. So now it's important to know that even though full face-to-face classes this semester may not be possible, may not go back to its original form that it was in previous years, but any step forward that we may take is an important step forward nonetheless. Now, what is the problem? The main problem is a loss of student knowledge. This is important because at the end of the day, students are our future. So if we lose some of that student knowledge, we lose some of our potential future, and that's not a good thing for anyone. According to the CNN website, many international students will have to leave the country because they do not comply with ICE regulations of having at least one face-to-face class. This is a problem because many international students are coming here to study. They're trying to improve their lives and the lives of everyone in this country. So that's a problem because at the end of the day, we're losing knowledge in this country, and that's not a good thing. And they might be losing knowledge in themselves where they can spread throughout the world. Another huge problem is the loss of revenue by the schools. According to the NPR website, colleges are losing money by just making classes online. Because they're making classes online, they have to adapt to a different form of teaching throughout the entire academic circle, and they lose money by this. They're losing money by tuition. Not that many people are taking classes if it's only online and not face-to-face. They're also losing revenue because of no room and board, no dorms, and most specifically because of no athletic revenue. So this is a huge problem. They're losing revenue, and a lot of colleges may be going bankrupt because of this horrible situation. Another problem is the loss of the college experience. Now, this is not as important as the loss of knowledge, but it's still important because that's where you find yourself. That's where you enjoy the best part of college, and that at the end of the day is how you actually make yourself who you want to be. Now, it's not as serious as the loss of knowledge or the loss of revenue, but it's still an important fact to state. Now, what is the solution? There's a couple solutions, and one important one is having partial student face-to-face classes. You can stagger the students and stagger the classes, so less classes are being filled in a specific building and less students per classroom, and they're more spread out. That way it's able to diminish the amount that any possible pandemic or disease may spread, and this is really important. Less frequent class meetings. You can meet instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just once a week or 2 times a month, how many classes already are. And this will diminish the amount of students on campus, and this is really important because the less people on campus, the less the disease spreads. Required safety precautions, that's also really important, a great way to be able to have face-to-face classes. Because if you have face-to-face classes, you will be able to, you will be able to keep yourself safe. And according to the CDC website, the best way to avoid the virus is to avoid exposure. If you cannot avoid exposure, stay 6 feet apart. If you can stay 6 feet apart, constantly wash your hands, and always wear a mask to cover your nose and mouth, you'll be better and you'll be able to protect yourself better. And that's the most important thing, protecting our students. Now, what will happen in the future? If we do return to partial or full face-to-face classes, there's a chance that our students might get sick. And that is a problem because at the end of the day, our student safety is more important than even knowledge, because we can have knowledge online, but our student safety is the most important subject. So this is a big problem, and it's a big negative if we do have face-to-face classes. Now, the loss of education. Either it be the ICE program because students get deported or they just can't study because it's not face-to-face, or a different learning environment. A lot of students do not focus the same way they do online as they do face-to-face. They need that standard face-to-face instruction to be able to focus on how they learn. If they're at home, for example, they may have distraction, whether that be parents, they might procrastinate, they might just not focus the same way that they focus in a classroom. They might not have the same drive to keep them going as they do in a normal classroom, and that's very important. So that's what might happen in the future. There's some negative side effects and there's some positive side effects. So it just depends on how we control it and what we do. And this goes back to how personally we can make this happen as students, and how those in the college system, the deans and all them, how they want to deal with the situation and how they see the situation fit. Now, to conclude, knowledge is power. And knowledge is essential no matter the situation, because every type of knowledge can be passed down and is essential to grow and grow ourselves. Now, face-to-face learning is also essential because that's how most knowledge is passed down, and it's really important. And at the end of the day, I understand that it's almost impossible to have the same face-to-face knowledge that we did in the past. But any change, no matter how small, is crucial to the development of knowledge, and we should be happy with that. Thank you.